Hello everyone. Today we are going to study the summary of the third chapter of your prose, which is first flight. Two stories about flight. As you know, there are two parts in this story. The first part is his first flight. So the first we are going to listen the summary, his first flight. The story His First Flight is written by Liam O'Flaherty. It is about a young seagull who was afraid to fly for the first time. He was worried that his wings would not be able to lift him into the air. Even though his siblings had smaller wings, they flew bravely in the open sky. But the youngest bird could not gather the courage to fly. Every time he tried to go to the shore to fly, he would get scared and go back. His parents scolded him and warned him that he would have to starve if he didn't fly. But he did not listen to them. He just watched his parents teaching his siblings to fly and to catch fish over the waves. One day, the family teased the young seagull for being afraid. Being hungry since the previous night, he asked his mother for food. She quickly brought a piece of fish. He eagerly moved forward to catch it, but accidentally fell into the space. Overwhelmed with fear, his wings spread. He realized that he could fly. Thus, the young seagull took his first flight, soaring, crossing the waves, and diving with his siblings. Now, we are going to study the summary of the second part of the two stories about flying, which is the Black Aeroplane. The Black Aeroplane is a suspense story by Frederick Forsyth. It is about a pilot. The narrator is a pilot who wants to be with his family. He wants to have a nice breakfast with his family in England. He had to fly from France to England to be with his family. After passing through Paris, he saw storm clouds that looked like big black mountains. But as he flew through clouds, everything around him became completely black. He couldn't see anything outside the aeroplane. He lost control over his plane. He suddenly saw another aeroplane without lights on the wings. The pilot of that aeroplane waved and signaled him to follow because his plane's radio signals were not working. His engine was also running low on fuel. He blindly followed the other pilot. After passing through the dark clouds, he landed safely on the runway with the help of the other pilot. He asked at the reception about the pilot who had helped him in that difficult situation. He wanted to thank him, but the woman who was there said that there was no other aeroplane in the sky except his. The chapter Two Stories About Flying contains two stories that tell us how important it is to have inner strength and determination to overcome fear. Being brave in challenging situations enables us to overcome difficulties in our lives. Thanks for listening me.